Good morning, Magic lovers. We're back after taking a few days off, and mostly because I was trying to kind of figure out what deck I want to play. What deck am I going to play? And it's like I just could not find one because I've been kind of shying away from the Yorion decks, although I'm starting to come around that I don't honestly know. I think the answer is that, okay, whatever deck archetype you liked to play before, you probably just cram Yorion in it, and hopefully it had blue or white in it. Or, you know, you may use a different companion, but, you know, if you had a deck that used blue or white in it before, probably put Yorion in it now. You don't really have a choice. But then I came around. I was like, there's all these decks that are looking to do this combo with Winota and Agent. There's all these Agent of Treachery decks, and I was like, well, let's just kind of skip around that stupid Agent of Treachery nonsense, and let's just do Izzet Flash, because this is a deck that typically punishes some of the slower decks out there, like the combo-oriented decks that want to play on curve, do things like that. So this looks really familiar to our last deck that we played, our last version of this, with a few changes. So we've got a couple ops in there. We didn't do that before, but that's fine, right? So on the low end ops, we've got Brineborn Cutthroat, so that's our threat. Negate. Then we've just got kind of a... So I guess we should look at the counterspell package, right? So we got Opt and Omen of the Sea to fix our draws. Also both trigger our threat, the Brineborn Cutthroat, who is the lifeblood of the deck, right? Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Brineborn Cutthroat. This is our moneymaker here. But then we just have so once we get this down on turn 2, let's say our opponent didn't do anything, now we're just, for the rest of the game, we're holding up our negates, our quenches, Thassa's intervention, Ionize, Neutralize, just to we're just going to counter spell. We're going to counter every spell they play until they die to our Brineborn. That's the whole plan. We have a few more tech cards as well, right? We got Brazen Borrower and Bonecrusher Giant, both amazing cards. Brazen Borrower can flash in, which is super important. Bonecrusher Giant, just deal 2 damage in a body, right? He's extra card value. And then on the top end, we got Voracious Greatshark. So a great spell, right? It gives us a 5/4, counters a creature and artifact spell. I don't expect to use on artifacts, but it could happen. Then we got Embercleave. So this is kind of our finisher, right? We can kind of chip away at our opponent, maybe with the Brineborn, maybe with some Ionizes over time, maybe even with Bonecrusher Giants. And this, though, if we get a Voracious Greatshark out or a Bonecrusher Giant, or even sometimes a Brazen Borrower, right? Like turning this from 3 to 8 damage, this from 4 to 10 damage, this from 5 to 11 with the double strike and the trample. It's really good. Okay. Then on the sideboard, you know what? We're actually missing a card. I think I'm just going to up the Flame Sweep. Well, do I up the Flame Sweep? Boy, howdy, I don't know. Tempted to do Scorching Dragonfire, but maybe Flame Sweep's more important. Let's do Flame Sweep. So in the sideboard, we just have all the color hate, basically, and also graveyard hate. So this is kind of the tricky part, and I'm going to say this. We're definitely at risk of losing if someone gets a cat oven combo out early. But right, so we've got Aether Gust for red and green permanents, Lava Coil just for something a little more damage, and it exiles. Scorching Dragonfire also exiles, can hit planeswalkers as well. Honestly, ooh, maybe I should put this in. So let's get rid of Flame Sweep. Let's do one more Scorching Dragonfire. This is a good card. Mystical Dispute, obviously, if we hit blue decks, and then Flame Sweep for if we hit the mono red decks. Again, truth be told, if we hit mono red, we're not hunting mono red. Mono red probably destroys us. We are hunting. Yeah, let's get in there. We're hunting the combo decks, the slower decks, probably the Yorion style decks that want to play like, oh, I want to pay 3 mana, full 3 mana for a Planeswalker, then 4 mana for a Planeswalker, then 5 mana for Yorion. Like, we just want to bam, 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 counter those spells every single time. We'll see if it works out. If we run into mono, like I said, if we run into mono red, or even some of the graveyard decks, like the Loris deck, where it's a ton of 1 and 2 drops. I mean, I have won that matchup before with this deck, but it's tough. It's hard. And away we go. Let's see who our delightful opponent is. John L. That's a nice normal name. I like that. Sometimes you see people on here whose names are like, I don't know, like Bonecrusher, or, you know, I don't know, like Mickey the Magician, or, you know, just weird stuff. So our opponent's going to go first. It's not great, but it's probably not worth mulliganing away. No counterspells is bad. Brazen Borrower is a bounce effect. This is a removal effect. This is a counterspell going into turn 5 and a huge threat. This flashes down. So if we get 1 counterspell, we can probably protect the Brazen Borrower for a little while. So let's give this a shot. I should have looked to see if he had a companion. No companion from our friend John L. here. Uh-oh, Gruel. This is maybe our worst matchup. It's very likely this is our worst matchup. Castle Vantress, oh. Let's get our island down. I take it back. So Gruul may be our worst matchup in some ways, because if he gets down some of those... oh, it's not Gruul. Oh, it's Temur. Temur Reclamation, probably? So now we'd really like to see our counter spells. If we dare. If we can see them, we'd love to see them. Growth Spiral. We are already in trouble. So we're going to really regret not having a counter spell in our opening hand. Because our opponent is very likely going to drop a Wilderness Reclamation this turn. And that's going to put us in the danger zone. Danger zone, people. Uro. Okay. So this is okay for us. It's not great. We don't love to see the Uro. Also, him getting enough HP like that is... Higher HP is a little scary. Tempted, do I just Bonecrusher his face here? There's probably not going to be a lot of creatures to shoot with it, so let's just shoot him. Another Brazen Borrower. Boy, we would love some counter spells. So if he plays Wilderness Reclamation, we're just going to bounce it. We'll just throw out our Brazen Borrower here. And our opponent does have an instant speed spell. Good to know. Okay. I'd rather the Sinister Sabotage be used on that than, honestly, anything else. There's our Cutthroat. Still no counterspell protection, though. It's starting to make me a little nervous, so let's keep our bounce spell up. And then we'll see if we can get another... If he doesn't play any permanents, we'll see if we can get another counterspell out of his hand by playing... Oh, do I play the Brineborn here? Yeah, the Brineborn. See if we can get another counterspell out of his hand. Or a Shock or something, maybe? His own Brazen Borrower, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna play it again, so... Okay. That's pretty good for us, honestly, right? We got the Brazen Borrower out, we got the, And now we're just gonna Voracious Greatshark. It would be super nice to draw a counterspell here, especially if he taps out. So I'm gonna go to my turn. I think we're just throwing out another Borrower. We know he has his Borrower. Ooh, he let me... So he's probably going to flash in his Borrower. Is that acceptable to me? This was probably a mistake. Now let's Greatshark this. Does he have another counterspell? That would kind of stink, right? Because so far we've seen 2 already. He has another instant spell of some kind. I don't know what it is, but... Voracious Greatshark. Actually, that was maybe a mistake, because now he's going to have Uro, and my Greatshark's going to do nothing. Well, that's too bad. That's too bad for us. So there's a Quench. We have so many spells right now. So let's see. He can play the Uro for 1, 2, 3, 4. Quench won't do it. Thassa's Intervention will. And I can play Thassa's Intervention, make him pay 4 more. Yeah, that's pretty decent. We're still losing the card advantage game, but he may have another counter spell in here. Who knows? He's playing a lot of instant speed. Oh, another Borrower. Yeah. I can't quench that because I want to, well, A, I don't even think I want to quench it for the record, but... Yep. So I need to make him pay 4 more. I hope that was enough. 1, 2, he only has 3 mana. Oh, and he's gonna... Yeah, you got me. That was a good use of the expansion explosion. I think we're just dead here. Because we've already used 2 Brazen Borrowers, and I honestly don't think we have a way to get rid of this at this point. But I think we actually can beat this deck. Let's get out of here. I think we can beat this deck. We got really unlucky that we didn't get any early counter spells. So in come the Mystical Disputes. Dragonfires, huh? Tempted to do the Dragonfires. I think we take out the Embercleaves and take out the Greatsharks because he's running counter spells as well, so we don't want really expensive stuff. We want to kind of be on the cheaper end, I believe. What else can go here? I'm tempted to say the Bonecrusher Giants because they are a threat, but they just don't hit anything that I want to hit. So I think they can go. Tempted to Aether Gust. Let's throw in one Aether Gust. I don't know. I don't feel that good about the Aether Gust. Let's do that. Lots of counter spells. Really, we're just looking to get one of our guys to stick mainly. We got a little unlucky that our opponent also had so much counter magic, which, you know, is definitely our bane. Also going against the ramp. There's been a lot of discussion on Reddit and things like that about how annoying the ramp package is right now. Again, probably a reason why I avoid playing it, because I don't like being the person who... okay, I mean, my opponent may have counter spells and stuff. Let's pay 2 life. I want to try and find a counter spell here if I can. Zero top, 1 bottom. Okay. Thassa's Intervention, huh? I mean, it is a counter spell, so we'll bring her in. 2 Thassa's Interventions, okay. It's possible I should have played that Brineborn Cutthroat earlier. Made him untap. You know, before he got to untap. See what he's got. Oh, amazing. Okay. Alright, he's gonna have to have a good answer to this Cutthroat, because I've got him right now for quite a while here. Ooh, Shock's in, too. Yeah, I don't care. Oh, I made a mistake. What do I do about this? Do I counter this? I don't think so. I think I let him bounce it, and then we're just going to play 2 of them next turn. So, or we counter whatever threat he plays. So, let's play the Brineborn he knows about. Okay. And use the Brineborn you don't know about. Do you have another spell? That would have been so annoying. Ooh, and another one. We're getting so lucky right now. Holy cow, are we getting lucky. Alright, our opponent's getting down there. We've got 2 Thassa's Interventions to defend our Brineborn. Does he have Expansion Explosion right now? God, seriously, again? Ugh. We're getting punished so bad. We may still be able to get away with this because we have counter spells as well. And he's starting to run out of cards. I mean, it was probably good to get the Expansion Explosion out of his hand. I think I just let this resolve because honestly, he needs to find an answer for the Brineborn that I can't counter, so. How many are in the graveyard? 5 now? Okay, I have to let this resolve. probably have to counter his Uro. This is not going to end the turn, right? Stop after this turn. If all he has is the Borrower, then I think we can still do this. Okay. Sure. I mean, he still has all his mana untapped. I think we're still going for it. This is kind of our last stand here. Like, we've got to pump these things up to win right now, because otherwise we're gonna not be able to beat this guy. Now we need some counter spells. That is one. Turn. All right. In another land, so 2 counter spells up. Okay. And so this is, we can win this one. It's going to be tough, but we can win it. Nice part is our opponent has this Brazen Borrower completely meaningless right now in this matchup. So I need to remember Destiny Spinner comes out. Do I let this resolve? Creature and enchantment spells you play can't be countered, so I can't let this resolve, actually. Yep. If he plays the Uro, he's not going to have enough. So the only way we get punished here... The only way we get punished here is if he has that blue counterspell. Which maybe we do. And we don't, and we're gonna probably win. Well, we'll actually see. Oh, we have a Mystical Dispute now. Ha ha ha. Yuck, 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 yuck. We'll see what our opponent's got. I actually am a little afraid here that he still has something. Brazen Borrower is meaningless. Can't block these. Shark Typhoon. That's obnoxious, isn't it? Nice part is he has to block the 7/6, so the Shark Typhoon the shark just dies. He doesn't have enough cards in his graveyard for the Uro yet, but he's very close. Does Uro save him? Uro doesn't quite save him either. Another Uro does, though. Except I think we're going to be okay because we're going to Mystical Dispute his dumb... Okay, we made it. We made it. We beat him. So anything we would change there? I mean, probably not, right? It's super helpful to get these Brineborn Cutthroats, like incredibly helpful. We actually need to be careful of those Shark Typhoons. That is scary. So maybe the Aether Gust is not good enough here. Shark Typhoon, Shark Typhoon. Maybe, let's put in one Voracious Greatshark, I guess. Yeah. No, we'll keep that. I put in all the Scorching Dragonfires. At this point, this feels actually not that useful. Like, Aether Gust is probably better. Hard to say, honestly. I don't know. What else does this hit? I guess it does hit the Borrowers, so that could have its place. Although I'd probably really... no, let's do Aether Gust. It gets his Wilderness Reclamation off the field, so let's do that. So am I just going no Scorching Dragonfires then? Is that the answer? How do I get rid of a Brazen Borrower? Doesn't even matter if he resolves a Brazen Borrower. It honestly just might not matter if he resolves a Brazen Borrower. I think I'm probably the aggressor here in this matchup. Alright, we would love to see... Oh my god, this is a disgusting hand. It is very worrisome that I don't have any red mana right now. So we can... Oh, good. Goody. Oh, there's our red. Let's play only blue. Okay, so we are going full aggro here and hoping that he doesn't have anything. Yeah, it's the end of my turn. I mean, yeah, crack your Fabled Passage. This might help us a lot, because our opponent normally, right, is both games, I think, on Growth Spiral on turn 2. Let's see what our opponent's got. You know, are you going to play an Uro? No, he definitely has. He's just holding up a counterspell. Definitely holding up a counterspell, which is fine. Yep, there's Neutralize. Maybe I should have waited. I don't know if I really have the luxury to wait too much. So now I'll be Brazen Borrower plus a Mystical Dispute if we want to. Opponent plays his land tapped. This is our last counterspell though, so that's a little spooky. Play another Brazen Borrower. Will our opponent have another way to deal with it? And I think we just say no to this. Let's just let this resolve now. An Aether Gust could be good. We've got a lot of aggression this game, so hopefully it works out. I wish we had a counterspell to protect this. That would be the ideal solution here. I mean, I think I'm just dumping out the Borrower here. He might have a way to deal with this Brineborn, but that's fine. If he doesn't, we gotta take advantage. Gotta strike while the iron is hot. So it looks like it might be a Shark Typhoon, which is fine because we'll just bounce the shark in that scenario. Yep, there's the shark, sure. Goodbye, shark. Get him nice and low, keep our Brazen Borrower up. He may have a Storm's Wrath. In which case, we actually can deal with the Storm's Wrath, too. That's good for us. That's not dealing with our board at all, so... And if he can't deal with our board, that is optimal for us. Guess we're just going to Brazen Borrower here. If he can't deal with our board, he loses. And general counterspell? No counterspell, huh? We just all out attack. Come on, have a red or green. Yeah, of course, it's Shark Typhoon. I can't do anything about the Shark Typhoon, unfortunately. Have to block a Borrower, but it's not too bad for us, honestly, still. Our opponent going to 3 is quite good for us. And end turn, and then so we can Castle Vantress at the end of our turn, or Aether Gust, whatever he plays. And nope, we're gonna Aether Gust that. Probably has a way to deal with my Aether Gust, like the copy. Actually, the copy doesn't do anything. Yeah, I'll pay 3 for that. Wow, we got away with it. You know, like I said, we lost game 1, and like it didn't even feel that close in game 1. Felt like we really got smashed, but really, right, we should be able to beat these decks that are going for the slower plays. That felt good. Wow, it's only 5:48. We still got time. Oh. Never get those 2 wins that fast. Alright, let's get in there for another game. Yeah, and that was a little bit of an unlucky matchup, right? Because a lot of times when you hit these Yorion decks and things like that, they don't have... They maybe come across counterspells here and there, but they not a ton of them. I'll say games 2 and 3, we did get a little lucky getting so many of the little, I don't know, whatever they are, the Merfolk men. The Merfolk Pirate men. You know what's nice about this deck, too? I don't think it has... What is it? What are the mythics in this deck? Brazen Borrower, which is probably a good one. If you're looking to craft, it's probably a safe one to craft. No Companion again. Brazen Borrower is a safe one to craft. It also has the stupid legendary sword thing that double strikes. We looked at it at the beginning of the video. So that one I don't think you even have to craft for this deck. I mean, it's nice. Ay, ay, ay. What do I feel about this? How do I feel about this? I mean, I get an Omen of the Sea to find my lands, so... And I'm going to draw some more lands, so... It feels nice also to play a deck where it's like, I'm actually not as worried about land drops at all. Right, three lands is like... Ooh, we're in trouble. Oh, we're in trouble, people. Game 1, we're probably just dead, honestly. Ooh, we're in trouble. We're in trouble, people. It's looking really bad. Oh, man. You hate to see it. We actually have a lot of tools to deal with this type of thing, but honestly, holy cats, look at this. Look at this. Do I have to get the Brineborn down right away? Possibly. This is a blocker. It's not fair. I'm playing blue. Yeah, none of these do. I guess we just throw out the Brineborn. That's about all we can do. Alright, I shouldn't have even showed him this. Let's get out of this one. So we got to sideboard in all our stuff, because we can't do anything about this. So Lava Coil in, Dragonfire in, Flame Sweep in, Aether Gust in. What are the things that don't do anything for us? Neutralize probably has to come out. Borrower, his stuff is too cheap, so I have to get that out of here. Negate is probably a bad one. Quench is probably good, but his stuff is so inexpensive, though, that it is pretty risky to keep it in. So I got to cut 3 cards. Oh, Thassa's Intervention for sure is gone. Thassa's Intervention is a card in this matchup where there's almost... It's very, very unlikely where I'm going to have a turn where I can just literally do nothing that affects... That either stops him from playing cards or gives me cards. And then I think maybe we just cut... And Embercleave is probably fine, right? We're looking to the end game here. You gotta cut both Embercleaves and get more Borrowers. Those can help me a lot here. Let's just run really cheap. Let's take out the Greatsharks too. Let's go all Borrower. Let's put in the Borrowers. They technically are another form of removal, so that's why I don't want to necessarily lose them. And, I mean, Quench is just a 2 mana I could counter something he plays, which might be really helpful. Let's go with this. I don't know for sure. Right, Mono Red should beat us really handily, like very, very easily. Because most, right, our counterspells, right, are I trade, well, no lands, so that's a very bad start. And this is even worse start, in some ways. At least we'd have an Aether Gust and a Brazen Borrower. I'm tempted to put back the Fabled Passage here, but honestly, the truth is, I don't think I'm going to have time to play the Omen of the Sea, so that probably just has to go. We'll just go get a red right away with this Fabled Passage. Really bad opener for us, right? Look how many removal pieces we put in. 3, so we've got 3, 7, 11, we've got like 15 removal pieces or something, or 13 removal pieces. Don't see any of it in our opener. And yeah, of course, like again, we just don't have an efficient way to deal with like this thing that can do 2 mana every turn, 2 damage every turn. So I'm tempted to Brazen Borrower this just to slow him down. Because this thing does 2 damage every turn. Yeah, let's just bounce this right now. This might be a mistake, but in the event that he has a the thing that lets him draw cards when you do damage, I want to just get that off the board. That's pretty nice for us. So we'll play this. I don't have a good way to deal with this Forbidden Champion either, so let's end turn. So now we're looking probably to Ionize something of import here. And if he doesn't play anything, we may just flash in the Borrower. He definitely should play something, though. It's like a 0% chance he doesn't play something, right? Light up the stage, we're definitely going to Ionize that. he's looking for lands or something, I don't want him to get them. If he's looking at anything, honestly, right? I don't want him to have any of that stuff. So we really need a Flame Sweep. Let's crack this open. We're gonna go get a blue. We don't really need red for anything right now. Oh, I'm so dumb. I just said we were gonna get a blue. That's okay. It's not the end of the world or anything. So we're about to take a little beating here. Yeah. Ow. 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 I mean, it definitely stinks that we haven't found any removal spells. So there's Light Up the Stage. Let's opt here. We'll see if we find a counter spell on top. Find an Aether Gust. I guess that'll do. What choice do I have, people? Put that on top of his deck. Ooh, oofta. Things are looking really bad for us right now. I mean, he's just going to kill me with these cards on the... Let's just get out of this game. This is not our matchup. It's too bad we didn't find any of our removal that game. We literally found probably the worst set of cards we could. We also had a mulligan, too. I think we got time for one more. Maybe we'll find a matchup that makes sense for us. I mean, in some ways, I respect Mono Red right now, because they're just trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do, right? It's just take advantage of these people who, you know, are playing 80-card Yorion decks that have Agent of Treachery and like a million card draw spells. Like, basically, it doesn't matter if you play 80 cards, because it turns out, actually, in Magic right now, there are 80 cards that are worth playing, like, easily worth playing. No counter spells, and my opponent goes first. These omens, but if he doesn't have a way to deal, if he doesn't have a way, oh, I should have looked for the companion. I really need to move this. I really need to move this thing. I wonder if I can do that here. I wonder if I can do that right now. Customize overlay. Scooch this down a little bit. Lock and close, I think they call it. And we have 4 lands now. Okay. So it looks like I'm against some sort of control deck, so we might be able to get away with this. We need a counter spell though. And oofda, do we ever need a counterspell? Because if they play Teferi, we are donezo. We basically lose if they play Teferi, so. And that's not even me really being pessimistic. That's just the truth of the matter. Ugh. Gross. Oy vey. Gross. And it's almost guaranteed they're playing Teferi. Oh, no. No Teferi right now. Alright. Brineborn comes down. Unless he has a counterspell, which he might. There's the counterspell. Hey, baby. Where you been all my life? Gotta do that. And now we just start hitting him. Raise the alarm, huh? No. This is a Winota deck. That scares me a lot. That is spooky. So that means that we actually need to find... We really need to find counterspells now, because now we know that we're going to get Agent of Treachery with all sorts of riffraff. Yeah, Hanged Executioner. Okay. No! Not like this! Oh my god, we're going to lose. We're going to lose because we don't have any counterspells. Our whole deck is counterspells, and we're going to lose because we can't find any counterspells. I was gonna say not a Winota, please. Don't play Winota. Alright, well he's not playing a Winota, that's a good sign for us. Ooh, exile target creature. No, we need counter spells. Game? Game! Actually this is probably okay, huh? Let's play another Omen of the Sea here. It's not too bad making him exile the Hanged Executioner, I guess. Quench doesn't even stop a Winota here. But I think it's better than the alternative, I suppose. No! So you can always exile the Hanged Executioner to get rid of my Brineborn. Oh, I played the wrong land. Well, maybe not. See if he exiles the Hanged Executioner here. Kinda hoping he does. Yep, no surprises there. Okay, don't have another land. No, don't have a Winota. Crud, crud, crud. Crud, crud. Actually, wow, that's perfect. Whew. Oh, Quench. Oh, I screwed that up. I'm so stupid. Actually, maybe we just wait until we can get some more, Borrower's fine. Let's get a land out of our deck. We're gonna shuffle some of that stuff back to our top, but get a blue. Still stinks not to. I don't have any counter spells right now. It's just the worst. It's just the worst. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 mana. So we bounce this first. Then we play the Teferi, because then if he wants to bounce this, I have the bounce spell again. Yep. That's okay. And I've got 2 spells to play next turn. Seriously? There's only... aren't that many lands left, honestly. 50 to 24. Play the blue. So now we borrow this. And throw out the Cutthroat now. So now if he wants to play the Teferi again, we'll pressure him with 2 creatures. Yep, throw out this. This may be a huge mistake for us, but still has 4 mana, so we could have a board clear here. I'm not really actually sure what these decks run. Okay, that's good for us ish. Wow, cute. Yeah, bounce this for me, please. So we're pretty much, oh yeah, send this back. So many lands. I guess I don't need to actually play anything on my turn right now, so. Huh. We actually still have no answer for a Winota right now. Do we? No, not like this. He probably has it at this point. So now we play this. And now we'll try and negate. See if it works out. I mean, our opponent is playing things that look like it should be. Alright. Now does he have the Winota? He cycled like 10 million cards at this point. Well, this is getting really obnoxious, you know that? Our opponent is super lucky. And we can basically only draw lands. That's the only thing we can draw in the whole world. Yep.
I've got it.
Okay, we're quitting. Stinks. Like, it's definitely an easily winnable matchup, but we just did not draw essentially anything we needed to draw, so. Scorching Dragonfire, Flame Sweep. He may just try and run us down with little bitty boys. So let's bring in the Flame Sweep. What's not good in this matchup? Bonecrusher probably not offering us a lot here. Embercleave again. I think this is not a this matchup will not be a race. I think we win without Embercleave. Is Voracious Greatshark any good here? Does counter a spell. I think we go with this. This feels not bad. Quench feels, all these spells feel great. I mean, our opponent getting 3 Teferis. Was it 3 or 2? I don't remember. No, it was 3 because he killed one of his own. That was pretty unlucky for us. We should be able to win this. Again, this is a winnable matchup. We definitely just got unlucky that game. We keep going second, which kind of stinks, you know? Do we see any count? We saw 1 Quench pretty late, and thank God our opponent didn't play around it. Otherwise, we would have been just completely destroyed. And then we saw... what was it? 1 Negate. That was it. We want to play first. Show me something good here. It's pretty good. I think we're opting right away because we need to find a red to get this Ionize up. If we get this Ionize up, we can definitely win this matchup. Because what our opponent's on 3 colors, so his consistency should be a little worse than ours. We drew way too many lands that game too. That was horrible. We actually were super duper unlucky. So we're looking for a red mana. No. I said red mana. There we go. And this should be an easy win here. Yeah, I'll let you have Fibble Flip. All right, and then we just shock this in. Sweet. No attacks. Enter. Got a little bit ahead of ourselves there. And so now we just crunch our opponent real good. He's gonna have a hard time living through this, I think. Oh, okay. And we still have a Mystical Dispute up. If he has a shock up, that's gonna stink. Actually, we can save our guy from a shock pretty easily. An opt. Do I need 1 more land? I don't think so. I think I just gotta protect this bad boy, right? Well, you know what they say, 1 more land never hurt anybody. Let's keep shields up at the moment. So I can play this. What am I gonna do about this? Tempted to mystical. I think we just Ionize this. Still stinks though. Our opponent had a lot of good stuff there. We lost a lot of stuff there. We lost every counterspell we had. If Teferi comes down, we're just donezo. That's too bad. Although maybe I shouldn't have even counted the Raise the Alarm. Maybe I should have waited. Ugh. Okay. If he gets Agent of Treachery, we just lose. Alright. Agent Magic, so fun right now to play against these decks. Good job, Cabal. You're the luckiest person in the world. It's definitely annoying. Alright, I'm calling it there. You know, Magic. We had our ups and downs, obviously. But yeah, that's Izzet Flash. I'll probably be playing this a little bit more. That should be a winnable matchup. Again, we just kind of hit our opponent. We got a little unlucky twice in a row. Didn't get that unlucky. I mean, the second game, our opponent just kind of had the perfect set of cards to kind of beat us down, which is okay. But then obviously the Winota really punished us with him having all kinds of instant speed stuff to get us. All right, that's it. All right, have a good one, everyone, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye. Boop.